Good evening. My name is John Flannery, and I often do a walk and talk. This is not that. I saw a column by Steve Schmidt titled "Revenge is in the Air," talking about General Mark Milley. In recent days, we've seen how Defense Secretary, newly minted Pete Hegseth, has decided to remove retired General Mark Milley's security detail, revoke his security clearance, and order an inspector general to inquire into his behavior as the Pentagon's top officer. All of this comes to me, and I think that you find the same thing, as reprisal for General Milley speaking not just his mind but the truth to power, and reflective of his oath of office. I think Steve was right to bring this to our attention, and some people have encouraged me to circulate the elements of this report. In particular, General Milley was faithful enough to his oath that he wrote a resignation letter, but he never published it. He didn't deliver it. However, what he had to say in that resignation letter tells us a lot about the danger of felon Trump as our president. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to read his words, and you be the judge if he doesn't encapsulate our concerns about American defense and security in the days immediately ahead of us, given what we've observed on a day-to-day basis coming out of the West Wing and the strange assortment of people who seem to be either advising or implementing some of the most heinous procedures in American history. So let me start by reading and saying what General Milley believed, but then didn't publish it. It's interesting to consider a man who could bring upon himself the support of people, but he chooses to be loyal to make what difference for the better he can. Anyhow, that's the way I take this. You listen to what he said, and then you make up your own mind. His resignation letter, never delivered, stated as follows. First, the events of the last couple of weeks have caused me, the general, to do deep soul searching, and I can no longer faithfully support and execute your orders, Mr. President, as chairman of the Joint Chiefs of Staff. It is my belief that you are doing great and irreparable harm to my country. I believe that you have made a concerted effort over time to politicize the United States military. I thought I could change that. I've come to the realization that I cannot, and I need to step aside and let someone else try that. Second, you are using the military to create fear in the minds of the people, and we are trying to protect the American people. I cannot stand idly by and participate in that attack, verbally or otherwise, on the American people. The American people trust their military, and they trust us to protect them against all enemies, foreign, domestic. And our military will do just that. We will not turn our back on the American people. Third, I swore an oath to the Constitution of the United States, and embodied within that Constitution is the idea that all men and women are created equally. All men and women are created equally, no matter who you are. Whether you are white or black, Asian, Indian, no matter the color of your skin, no matter if you're gay, straight, or something in between. It doesn't matter if you're Catholic, Protestant, Muslim, Jew, or choose not to believe. None of that matters. It doesn't matter what country you came from, what your last name is. What matters is we're Americans. We're all Americans. That under these colors of red, white, and blue, the colors that my parents fought for in World War II, means something around the world. It's obvious to me that you don't think of those colors the same way that I do. It's obvious to me that you don't hold these values dear, nor the cause that I serve. And lastly, it is my deeply held belief that you're ruining the international order, causing significant damage to our country overseas that was fought for so hard by the greatest generation that they instituted in 1945. Between 1914 and 1945, 150 million people were slaughtered in the conduct of war. They were slaughtered because of tyrannies and dictatorships. That generation, like every generation, fought against that, has fought against fascism, has fought against Nazism, has fought against extremism. It is now obvious to me that you don't understand the world order. You don't understand what the war was all about. In fact, you subscribe to many of the principles that we fought against, and I cannot be a party to that. It is with deep regret that I hereby submit my letter of resignation. That's what he wrote. That was his conscience, spoken against Trump. Thank you for listening. Hope you found it interesting. Bye-bye.